All right, folks, welcome back to day 37 of this RV bedroom remodel makeover. I think I had my counts off yesterday. I was tired, but I believe this is day 37. If this is the first time you've joined us, click the link in the description of this video to go to the full playlist of all the videos so far. We are changing the color scheme in this bedroom, including the cloth chairs and headboard and the cloth surrounds on the what do you call it, slide outs, the frames, the cabinets, all that. And we're painting the cabinets. We've already done all that. We finished painting the chairs. The only thing we have left now is to paint the carpet. And yes, we are going to be painting the carpet. I have tried some different formulas on the carpet. I'm still not sure if I've gotten the best one. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can thin the paint out enough to use a spray bottle and see how that works. And that way I'll know for sure what I want to use on my carpet so that it's not stiff. So we'll be doing that today. We're going to be clearing some stuff out of this room to get ready to paint the carpet. And thank you for joining us. Be sure and click the like button, subscribe, and follow, all that good stuff. And let's get started. Nope, I think this is the paint for my cabinets. Yep. Set that aside. This is the gray paint that I'm using for the carpet. Now our normal formula here is 1 part water, 1 part paint, 1 part fabric softener. Fabric softener is supposed to keep the fibers from being stiff. So far that hasn't really done the trick. I'm sure it's helped some, but so today I am going to go ahead and do what I've been resisting doing is using the spray bottle. Which means I'm probably going to put a lot of water in there because that fabric softener really tends to thicken it up. That's interesting. I guess it has to do with putting the pressure in there because I pump it. Yeah, that's what that is. That's where you pump the air into the bottle to create the pressure so it'll spray. Learning here. All right. So, I am going to put in, I think I'm just going to do a half scoops today. I'm going to do a half scoop of paint in here. Okay. And, boy, I'm making a mess already. And let's see here. Where's my fabric softener? Here it is. And we're going to do a half. Whoops, that's more than a half. All right. Gotta pour some of this out into a cup here. Where's my cup at? All right, a half of the fabric softener. Okay. And if we did 3, that means I've got a cup and a half of the water. I was doing equal parts, but I'm going to do twice as much. No, that would be, I'm going to do 3 times as much water. So 1 of the paint, 1 of the fabric softener, and 3 of the water. And we'll see if that formula will work. So we're going to do a cup and a half, a scoop and a half of water in here. I have a feeling we're going to need a lot more water to make it thin enough to come out the sprayer. But we're going to find out. Trial and error. I don't even know if I've got enough depth in there to spray. Alright, let's get some more paint off of here. Wow, I'm making a mess of my fingernails again. Alright. Let's put, whoops. Wow. Let's just see how much of a mess I can make. Alright. Alright, y'all think this is going to spray? Oh yeah, if I'm using this bottle correctly. Okay, so that is, let me tighten it up a little bit, see if that'll spray better. No, it's even worse. Right, let's open it up some more. It's really just coming out in a stream. So do y'all think that is from me not having this wound all the way out? Or I need to have it? Yeah, I'm thinking the stream is all the way out. Let's put it in as tight as it'll go and see how that works. Okay, so whoop, getting right on my bed. Ah, my shoes. I guess I'm getting new shoes. Alright, so I don't know if that's going to make the difference that I want to make. Alright, let me put this stuff back over here. Get this off here before I dump the whole amount out. It in pretty good though. I was surprised with it going in and not really a good mist that it's working into the fibers that well. So we will let that dry and then tomorrow find out if that is the best formula. Okay, folks, I had to run inside, put my tennis shoes in the washing machine because I dumped paint on them. I'm going to start clearing out some of this stuff, paint stuff that I've got in here because I'm no longer painting cabinets, no longer painting furniture. I'm ready to start get ready to do the floors, paint the carpet. So let me go get a hammer. I need to put these lids a little bit tighter on these paint pails. All right, blue paint. Take all of this into the other room. In fact, I'm going to take my hammer in there where I can do it on the floor a little bit easier. And let's see. This is the paint from the cabinet trim. Take that out. I'll hopefully be using that on my kitchen cabinets for long. And let's see here. 2 cans of primer. Alright, so this goes with this. Right. This goes with that. Y'all, am I ever going to get rid of all this paint on my hands? I think I've got 2 different colors of paints going on right now. Alright. One of my little paint shields that I used. I'll keep this cup. This goes with that. This is the paintbrush that's still wet with the cabinet paint. I'll keep this because I'm probably going to find areas where I got a little bit of blue paint on the walls. I'll need to touch that up. And this is my little paint pail and my mixing bucket for the blue paint. I'm not going to clean that out just yet because I imagine I'll want to do some touching up on this furniture. Maybe some of the upholstery on the walls. Okay, now all the rest of this is trash. See if we can. Whoops, nope, there's another paint guard. I'm going to save that. That can be reused someday. Okay. The trash bag here. Let's see if I can squeeze that in there. Alright, I'm going to take this take this table down. I feel so much better in here, not so crowded. Alright, now. Right, so that feels like progress. Now let's see if we can get these chairs pulled somewhat out of the way, because that area where they are is where I will first start painting the carpet. So I can work my way back this way and not paint myself into a corner. Alright, let's see what we can do here. still a little bit damp from the last touch-ups I did on it. All right. Both of these chairs are sitting on a shared large tarp. So I'm going to have to move them a little bit at a time, I think, to get them out of this section of the bedroom. Make sure I can get through there though, don't I? All right. Well, I appreciate those of you that have gone into the comments and given me encouragement to keep on, not to give up, get this project done. Yeah, I'm already seeing a spot on that chair that I missed. All right, and I'm seeing some blue paint on here that'll have to be touched up with this gray cabinet paint. So that was anticipated. All right, let's see here. Move these back a little bit further. All right, so now I'm ready to start taping off all this wall in through here. Let me see if I can bring you all around where you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I think I'm going to actually start with the side under the bed, and then I don't know, I think I'm just going to put a couple of layers of tape down there because the side of it's opened up where it lets air through for the air vent, and I'm still needing to run the heater. So I don't want to close that up, so I'm not going to put the plastic over that. I'm just going to tape off the bottom to keep the paint off of it, of the woodwork down here. All right. Once again, using this roll of plastic that has tape already attached to it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to send you a link to where you can purchase this as well. I can provide a safe ad link for you. There goes the glasses. There's there. Getting the plastic stuck to the tape. Go get my scissors and cut that and start fresh. Fighting with it. Accidentally got that tape up onto the plastic, and it's just not worth fighting with to get it off. Know if it'd be easier to cut this in strips and put it on, or keep it rolling it out like I'm doing. I definitely discovered that I need to have this tape facing up where I can see it, and then press it against the wall. I feel like I'm making some progress. We'll use this other tape that came with it. To pull the plastic up cover up the wall. Definitely if I use the sprayer, this is going to be important to have this wood covered up. Alright, I gotta figure out, some of this is where I joined two pieces together. The tape caught onto the other plastic. There we go. Now I got the tape wrapped around my finger. Alright, y'all can go ahead and laugh. That's alright. And this folds out a lot higher. I'm just not worried with unfolding it all the way up because I don't think that we need it. I think this little corner back in here, I'm going to be hand painting with a small brush. All right. This isn't taking as long as I was afraid it would. Let's see what we got going here. Okay. You can see there's a hole right here. I have no idea what was originally in that hole because it is an actual hole. Huh. I think maybe I ought to plug that up with something. I knew there was a hole in the carpet. I didn't realize it was an actual hole drilled through the floor. Curious what that was. Somebody used it for something at one point, didn't they? Got plastic getting stuck to the tape again. All right, we're starting fresh. Come on. Try it again. Need to tighten up my levelers. This camper is moving on me. More blue paint right there. Yeah, this stuff comes up about twice that high if you unfold all of it. All right. Again, this little corner back in here, I will just hand paint with a brush, with a sponge brush. All right. I feel like I'm ready to start painting this area of the carpet. As soon as I know for sure our last test results to figure out what is the best color